Hello everybody, and welcome back to this week's video on YouTube. Thank you for coming and supporting my channel. My name is Candace Renee Moon. I am a trauma recovery coach. I work with adult men and women that have suffered through childhood trauma and that have had dealings with narcissists and sociopaths. I help you to heal through your trauma. We talk about all things narcissistic abuse here, and I hold space for you and help assist you in creating happy and healthy relationships on your terms. Today's topic that we're going to discuss is the narcissist and special occasions. Why do they always seem to be ruining special occasions? Like, when I talk to people, I find it so astounding that they all do the same things, whether it is a birthday celebration, whether it is Christmas, whether it is a graduation, a job promotion, anything where another individual is the center of attention and they are not. And they like to ruin your birthdays and forget your birthday, but oh, you better not forget their birthday. My abuser never one time acknowledged my birthday the 3 years we were together. And the 1 year that he did kind of acknowledge it was because I said something to him and we planned a trip. And he decided to go get high on crack cocaine. And if I brought it up that he didn't even acknowledge my birthday, he raged at me and said, "Who do you think you are?" And he was going off on me for a normal thing that a woman would be like, you didn't acknowledge my birthday. And they don't, because it doesn't matter, because it's not about them. Now, sometimes there will be narcissists that will be extravagant, try to love bomb you. If they're trying to get something out of you, then they may be okay on special occasions, like getting supply by proxy. But most of the time, they're going to try to ruin the special occasion if it is about somebody else. Why do they do this? Because narcissists are pathologically jealous people. They cannot stand when someone else has something that they don't have. And if someone else is getting attention, compliments, limelight, praise, it draws attention to them and they feel insecure. It highlights their insecurities. The last week's video that we talked about whole object relations, where the narcissist will see a person as all good or all bad, and they want to keep you in that all good category. And to them, the all good category is when you do what they say, when you just become an extension of them. You are all good only if you are putting them up on the proverbial pedestal and praising them and telling them how fantastic they are and worshiping them. So if you do anything to deviate from, in their mind, that file that makes you all good, and the all good is only doing things to please them, then you suddenly become in the all bad file, and you suddenly must be put back into your place. So let's say you had a job promotion at work. They're going to try to sabotage it. They may try to not show up. They may deliberately hide your car keys. They may sit there and pout the entire time and make your evening miserable while your colleagues and everybody's praising you, and they're just sitting there pouting. And then on the way home, they might pick a fight with you. You're happy. They want to destroy it. I mean, this is truly what they do. This is why they destroy special occasions, because it's not about them. And it's maddening. My abuser did this to me on many different occasions. Now, he didn't do this with Christmas because his family is very materialistic. So Christmas was a time when he was going to get a lot of money from his family and get a lot of attention and a lot of gifts. So a lot of you will come and tell me that they ruin Christmas. Mine didn't necessarily ruin Christmas, but his ego came out. He would attack me for the gifts that I got him, that they weren't good enough, things like that I noticed. And it was very hurtful the first time. In one of his rages, he's like, "And you only bought me a pair of jeans and socks and this and that for cologne, and cologne, you just didn't get me anything good," and like acting like a toddler, acting like a child, like a man baby. But the things he liked to ruin were special occasions where they were for my child or somebody else, or occasions, not that it was a special occasion, but if one of my best friends came over and was talking to me and I was giving my attention to my friend, and if they complimented me in any way, shape, or form, he had to make sure he slid right in there and reminded my best friend that Candace isn't as wonderful as she pretends to be. She's this, this, and this. Like, it was so disgusting. Like, every single time he would do this to me. And so I began to self-isolate and not have my friends over, not have any of these special occasions, because I knew he was going to do something embarrassing and to try to ruin it and to try to put me down. And this is what they do. You cannot have anything that they don't have. They're not going to allow it. The pathological jealousy and the lacking of whole object relations. They lack seeing other individuals as people with many different thoughts, feelings, emotions, dreams, imperfections, talents, gifts. They particularly do not like to see your special talents. If it is an attribute that they do not have, they will try to destroy it because, again, and this makes no sense to the regular person. Why would they put you in a category as all bad if you got a promotion at work or you succeeded at work? They're going to put you in the category of all bad. They're going to call you arrogant. They're going to tell you need to get off your high horse. They're going to tell you you're trying to put them down and make yourself look better. They're going to make it into something ugly simply because you having a talent that they don't have, and then you particularly getting a reward for that talent and recognition for that talent. The green-eyed monster is going to come out because you're getting something and having attributes and things that doesn't have anything to do with them, and they're not getting them. They don't want you to have your own identity. To them, for you to be good in their eyes, you must only worship them. You must cater to them. That is how you're good. And if you don't follow their idea of what good is, they're going to put you into the bad file, in the bad category, and they are going to try to, in their mind, do the damage control and tear you back down so then they can be comfortable. And it's so sick and twisted and disgusting, but this is what they do. This is exactly what they do. All special occasions or any moment where you are getting praised by people that love you and people that care about you, or work, or your birthday, or anything. Now, for me, it happened when 2 times with my oldest son, where he specifically was trying to attack me over nothing, all because he was jealous. So the first time was my son's graduation party. When he graduated from high school, I had a party. And mind you, this is my house, right? Those of you guys that know my story, I moved him into my house. He made me feel sorry for him because he was a homeless crack addict. And I moved him into my home. And I was having a graduation party for my son, his friends, our family, our people. And he decided he's going to make this rule. I don't want anybody coming into the house during this. Everybody needs to stay outside. And he criticized me the whole time as I was getting everything together. He was putting me down. I have always been the person in my family that plans all the big events, all the holidays like Christmas, Thanksgiving. When my husband was alive and when my grandmother was alive and my mother-in-law was alive, I had all the big parties and all the family. I had more room in my home. I had the biggest dining room and I enjoyed doing it. So this was my thing. But here's where my narcissist tried to ruin that. I tried to deprogram me. He was always trying to deprogram me and erase who I really truly was. So I was getting ready for this event, and in his presence, I was always a nervous wreck. I was always full of anxiety because all this man ever did was constantly belittle, pick, and criticize. So because of that, I was having anxiety. I was trying to get ready for the party, and he would go, "Ugh, you're not used to entertaining people, are you? Like, you just don't do this very often, do you?" And criticizing me. And I turned and I remember stopping and looking at him. I go, "You don't know who you're talking to, do you?" And he just goes, and he kept repeating it. I go, "You don't know who you're talking to, do you?" I said, "I'm the person in my family that plans all the events and all the parties. Like, I don't understand." Like, I couldn't understand why he felt the need to attack me like that. And this was before I realized I was in an abusive relationship. But all these little things he kept doing to me to sabotage me and to put me down and to pull the rug out from under my feet and to take things away from me. He was always trying to take things away from me. Anything I was good at doing, he would say the opposite. "Oh no, you're not good at that. Oh no." He would like literally try to, I call it, was trying to deprogram me and take away my identity. And this is exactly what the narcissist does. And particularly if there's a special occasion going on or a special event or something special that has nothing to do with them. And maybe a special thing that you have an ability to do, a talent that you have. They hate seeing you have anything special, whether it's an occasion or a talent that you have. They're going to try to destroy it. So I'm getting ready for this party. He says all that. People start showing up. We have a good time. And then he's, complaining. I'm just not comfortable with people coming into the house. I don't want them coming into the house. And I'm just like, why are you trying to make this about you? Like, this isn't even about you. And he nitpicked about different things. I was having a conversation to my sister. Her and I were talking, and he goes really loud. He's like, Candace, I don't want you cussing in front of my mother. Like, this is my son's graduation party. I'm talking to my sister, who I haven't seen in a long time. And I may have cussed. I may have let an F-bomb, though. This is my house. Like, and he goes real loud, I don't want you talking like that in front of my mother. Like, since when do you have morals? So he tried to embarrass me a couple times at my son's party. And that was one where he tried to ruin it. He didn't ruin it, but mentally I was just like, what did you just do? The other occasion that he really tried to ruin again too was my son's basic training. Now, my in-laws had paid for they weren't my in-laws, they were his parents, but they paid for my plane ticket to go down to South Carolina to watch my son's graduation. This man was so horribly, horrifically jealous. He went insane, and I went down with my son's girlfriend's family at the time. The girl he was dating at the time, she was in the same basic training as him, and I believe the same company as him. And we all stayed in the same hotel. And then we went and watched the kids on the family day and on their graduation. And we had just an amazing weekend spending time with the kids. It was actually Thanksgiving weekend. And I stayed and spent the time with my son. And my abuser called me one afternoon. And a couple times he called me and raged at me on the phone. Called me names, attacked me. I was stunned. Like, I couldn't understand why he was attacking me. And he said because I didn't tag him in a Facebook post. And one of the first things he called me was to attack me that I was wearing too much makeup. He saw in my pictures, oh my gosh, why do you got all that makeup on? Like, trying to cause trouble with that. Like, every time I spoke to him throughout this whole weekend, it was to attack me, to criticize me, to put me down, and to ruin my time. And I didn't even mention to you guys, before I went to catch my flight, he attacked me and tried to pick a fight with me and screaming at me over money, that I took advantage of his parents and all this stuff to get a ticket to go down there. And I said, what do you mean? I go, your father told me this was my Christmas gift. And they were like, there was no way they were going to let me not see my son's graduation party. I mean, his parents were actually giving this to me as a gift because out of the goodness of their heart, they wanted me to do that. And he was so incredibly, horribly, horribly jealous that they bought my plane ticket so I could go down and watch my son graduate from basic training. He had to stay home because he had a job. And one of the few times he actually had a job, and he wasn't able to go, and his parents were not going to pay for him to go. They were just paying for me to go. And so it all boils down to his horrid jealousy that, one, his parents bought my ticket. So he like verbally attacked me right before I had to go catch my plane. And I was just like, what is wrong with this psychotic monster? But I had to get it out of my mind. I had to like let it go. I'm like, no, this is my son's graduation from basic training. And even though my abuser tried to ruin it with harassing, disgusting phone calls, calling me names, freaking out, putting me down because I didn't tag him in a Facebook post, telling me, oh, and he told me I was fake and I was pretending to be a good mom and I was really fake, and just all these wicked things he was saying to me. And at the time, he'd only been my boyfriend for maybe a year and a half. Why would I tag? Like, I wasn't even like, the way he was treating me that whole weekend, like, why would I even think to tag him? Like, the way he was speaking to me. And that is not how somebody acts. This is my son. This is his accomplishment. Like, you're trying to take that away from me. You're trying to destroy that. You're trying to ruin it. And this is what they do. They destroy everything. Everything they touch, they destroy. And if it's not about them, they're going to try to ruin it. So you might ask, what can I do? What should I do? It depends on the situation. On vacations, that's another thing. My abuser ruined every single vacation. He was a toddler child, man baby, and he would scream at me during the packing stages. When we got to the vacation, nothing was good enough. And of course, I brought this out in my last video, my last YouTube about whole object relations. I gave the story about when he would rage at me if I rolled my eyes or if I got exasperated. Like, this man would attack me, attack, criticize. And then when I would react with like irritation, if I would go, oh my God, what now? Like, as a normal human would act, that would trigger him into a rage, and he would take my reaction and turn that into the thing that he needs to attack me for and scream at me. And it was always on vacation. It was always very scary, very dangerous, because it was somewhere far away or you're not safe. So what can you do? Like, if it's safe, if you feel that it's safe for you to go on the vacation, they ruin every vacation, and you just want to see if it's going to be okay this time, make sure you have extra money, credit cards, in case you have to get away. Make sure there's extra room keys in case they throw a tantrum and lock you out of the room. Vacations are a big, big special occasion that a narcissist will go psychotic. I've heard it time and time again. So it can be really dangerous, especially if you're in another country or you're in another state. Tell your family where you're going to be. Tell everybody the hotel you're going to be. Get extra room keys. Have extra cash, extra credit cards, just in case you need to, like, go and take a cab and take a flight home and get away from them. Sometimes I've heard of our narcissists picking a fight and then abandoning you at a restaurant or abandoning you somewhere or pouting in the hotel room. And then you go out and go have fun because they're pouting in the hotel room. And then when you come back, they attack you and abuse you. Like, you've really just got to use your discernment. Is the vacation worth it? Is it worth it to say, I'm not going on the trip, or to go on the trip? And if you do go on the trip, be safe. I never planned any of that stuff out because I always hoped each time that the vacation would be better. And so I have all these, beautiful pictures of places we've been. We went on a lot of trips together. And then I have to think of the ruined abuse during every single vacation. Like, every single vacation, there was abuse and there was horrific behavior. Every single vacation, and every single vacation he screamed at me during the packing stages, and I never understood why. Like, I remember one time we went camping and it was just up the road, and I forgot mustard. The man lost his mind. He went psychotic because I forgot the mustard. Like, who behaves this way? Who rages this way? But this goes back to the narcissist categorizing every human being as all good or all bad in his mind, because I didn't pack right. I didn't do what he said. I didn't move fast like he said. I instantly was in the all bad category. And also too, they love to take their frustrations and anger out on you, and they turn into these children, these selfish children, when any occasion happens, because the vacation isn't going to be about all them. The vacation is going to be about our kids, about everybody else. And so that's another aspect of why they will act psychotic if it's not all about them and they're not getting the attention that they need, or they're not that they need. They don't need the attention. They're not getting the attention that they want. They're not getting the narcissistic supply that they want. My abuser always wanted to go on trips to get narcissistic supply. And there were moments where we had fun. Like I said, I have photos of happy, beautiful places that we've been, and there were, some happy moments with my children, but they're all marred by his abuse, all marred by the abuse that he put me through, all because he wasn't getting what he wanted. He wasn't getting the attention that he wanted. Things were not going the way he wanted. I was not being obedient and doing what he said. If I got irritated at his complaining, like in the car rides were horrific to go on vacation. If I do speak about this much more in detail in my podcast about vacations, why they ruin vacations specifically. This video was just compiling all types of special events, special things, special talents that you have, anything about you or anyone else that is special that doesn't include the narcissist. So I kind of lumped it all together in this video to explain that anything that's special for you, whether it is a job promotion, whether it is a specific talent that you have, whether it is a vacation, a birthday, a party for your children, something that doesn't involve them, they are going to try to ruin it for you. They are going to try to sabotage it. And this is what they do. And there's not really a good coping mechanism for it because it's so painful. People want to know, how do I deal with it? How do I deal with it? Well, how you deal with it, the best way is to get the narcissist out of your life. I mean, I'm just being blunt and honest. It will never change. I mean, it doesn't change. This channel, I'm not here to help people come up with ways to make the narcissist change. I'm here to help you live a life with happy and healthy relationships. And you're never going to have a happy, healthy relationship with a narcissist. And anything special in your life, they will try to ruin and sabotage. This is just the nature of what they are. They have Their brains are black and white. They are petulant toddlers. They are trapped perpetually in the mind of a toddler. They are emotionally deficient. But yet, the rub is they're going to try to tell you that you're emotionally deficient. They're going to try to tell you it's all you because this is what they do. They disown their own pathology. Because when they only see themselves split as all good or all bad, they don't look at their negative qualities. Because in their mind, if they admit they have a negative quality, that means they're bad. So they have to try to put the mask on and pretend to be all good. This is what the nature of a narcissist. They must put that false mask on and pretend to be all good because they can't bear to look at the fact that they have negative qualities, and they don't objectively look at themselves at all. They just don't look at themselves objectively. They don't take responsibility. They never will. And if they see you having anything that they don't have, any attributes that they don't have, they're going to try to destroy it. And if you have any special occasion, any vacation, anything special that's for you, where you're getting attention and you're getting love and you're getting praise, oh, they will hate it. And there's no way to make that better, because that is what they are. That is what they are. So if you have a toxic person like this in your life, they're most likely probably a narcissist or a sociopath, and they're going to continue to sabotage your life. And when you are ready to be done with allowing this person to sabotage your life, when you're ready to step out of the cognitive dissonance and realize that you deserve a life of happiness and peace, then you will be able to take forward steps to pull yourself out of the grip of a narcissist. And we will talk about this in the future, why it's so difficult. We'll talk about the trauma bonds. I mean, from the abuse, you have become trauma bonded. That's why we tolerate these horrific behaviors. That is why we stay even after they try to ruin every single vacation, or they try to ruin your son's graduation. We stay. I kept picking up the phone that whole time on the trip because of the trauma bond and the cognitive dissonance. And every time I picked up, I hoped, oh, well, this time maybe he'll be nice, or this time he'll be nice. Never was, just attacking. And I couldn't understand what it was about. I honestly, when I was going through it, I could not understand the hate. And a part of me did realize it was jealousy. Maybe he felt bad. And I tried to make an excuse. Well, maybe he felt bad because he couldn't be here. Don't ever try to make an excuse for them and have pity for them. They feel bad, so that's why they're doing it. No, they're doing it because they're selfish bastards. That's why they're doing it. That's simply why they're doing it, because you have something they don't have, and it reminds them of an attributes they don't have. It reminds them of their inadequacies, and the narcissist won't look at themselves. They refuse to see anything that is negative within them. Healthy people are willing to look at themselves and see their imperfections and the things they're good at. A healthy person can see we're all well-rounded and be objective. The narcissist will never see themselves objectively, not once ever. So they will continue to ruin all of your special occasions. They will continue to do it. And then when you are ready to no longer allow them to do that, you will know when you know. And if you need support, connect with me. Go to my website. You can book sessions with me. You can come join my peer support group. I have a narcissistic peer support group on Facebook. It is for you to go and talk and get support and camaraderie. It is a smaller group. It's not one of those big out of control groups. A lot of those big ones get infiltrated with narcissists. Mine is not like that. It's a small contained group. It's a peer support group. If you need that, it is free. You can come find me on TikTok. You can come find me on Instagram. Connect with me. I'm everywhere. I'm here to hold space for you and support you. I've been through this. I know a thing or two about narcissism and sociopaths. I lived with them most of my life. My partners and people in my life were narcissistic to some degree or another, and it was interesting because my relationships, they went in levels of narcissism, and my final relationship with the abuser was like I got the worst of the worst. Like I went through everything, but I know how to find peace. I know how to help you break free from that trauma bond and break free and really truly come to the realization that you can have a happy life. You can get out of this narcissistic situation, and you don't have to be suffering at every special occasion and being embarrassed and afraid of what's going to happen next, and terrified of even trying to enjoy your family and try to enjoy other events and holidays and things. You don't have to go through that. That is not normal. That is toxic and maladaptive and abuse. It is wrong. So if you're in that right now and you're wondering if it's you, it's not you, it's them. There's nothing you can do. They're going to try to make you feel like it's you. They're just going to try to attack you and say, oh, it's you. It's not, it's them. They are the ones doing it. They are the maladaptive abusers. There's nothing wrong with you. So that was it for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please like, please subscribe, please share this with anybody that you think would benefit from it. And if you want to reach out to me, click the links below in my go to my website, send me an email, check me out on social media. I am here for you. I am here to support you on your journey to healing from narcissistic abuse and trauma. All right, everybody, namaste. We'll talk soon.